What's up, guys? Well, I was trying to decide what to do for an interesting video, so I decided I would show off the very first computer I ever made, or at least from the ground up. Obviously, I've had other computers and did little things like upgrade hard drives, RAM, and whatnot, but this is the first computer I actually put together all the way from picking out the case, RAM, hard drives, CPU, all that stuff. So, it doesn't look very impressive. It's from the time before all the RGB craze and whatnot. So it's just a simple case with a DVD drive and a CD rewriter all the way up to 52X. That thing sounded like, I don't know, it sounded like it was going to take off when it would read discs. And then let's see. Already got the, the screws off the side of it. And then there's what the back looked like. Power supply went up on top on these older cases. But it's not so old that it doesn't have USB or anything like that. So we got 4 USB ports. One of those gigantic old school printer ports. I honestly don't even know. I think those are some kind of I/O. No idea what. Obviously the audio. And then we've got a ATI Radeon 9800 Pro for GPU, and then I have a couple extra USB 2.0 ports on the bottom there, and then some FireWire. And then your old school mouse and keyboard. And then there's two 80mm fans in the back, and I think I put one in the front, or maybe I didn't even put any in the front. Anyway, though. Let's see. My stupid TV's yelling at me. There we go. I'm just turning it completely off. Alright. Take off the side panel. And yeah. Definitely didn't do cable management back then. First time, that's for sure. Look at this rat's nest that I made. But it all worked. It turned on, and it let me play games. I still remember playing Morrowind on this computer. But let's see. Go through some of the stuff in here. The processor, I believe, it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure it's a AMD 2500 Plus. I want to say. It's just a single core. I think it was like 1.85 gigahertz or something like that. I didn't bother overclocking back then because I had no idea how. Didn't overclock the GPU or CPU. Didn't have any clue how, so I just didn't bother with that stuff. And here's the 98, there we go. There's the 9800 Pro ATI. Actually uses a Molex connector for power instead of a PCI Express, because back then they didn't have PCI Express. Back then, if you can see that little green logo, that's AGP 8X. That was as good as it got back then. And then we've got, I believe, underneath this rat nest, underneath this rat nest, there's 3 RAM sticks. They're all 512, so that's like 1.5 gigs of RAM. Didn't even have 2 gigs of RAM. Had Windows XP Professional on it. Let's see, what else? Oh, 80 gigabyte Maxtor hard drive. Antec 400, what is this? It's a 480 watt power supply, I think is what it says there. Can't really see it, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let me just make absolutely sure if it even says. Huh. Yeah. It legitimately doesn't say on the side. Most nowadays brag and whatnot. Read through all that stuff, doesn't say anywhere. But I'm pretty sure that's like a 450, 480 watt PSU. Probably super way overkill for this kind of computer, but hey, I didn't know that back then. Oh, camera kind of went off on me. This S9 Plus only lets me record 5 minutes at a time. Otherwise, it'll probably overheat or something. Who knows what the reasoning is. Anyway, though, I think that's about it as far as that goes. Just for fun, I mean, I wish we had a way to, like, literally hook it up to a monitor or something, but I don't have anything that takes either of these anymore. No monitors or anything that take DVI or VGA. But we can at least hook it up to the wall and see if it still turns on. That would be at least amusing. So let me go hook it up to a wall and we'll see what it does. So we got it all plugged in. Let's see if it still turns on. Oh, well, is this just turned off? Oh, where's the stupid switch? There it is. All right. We got power. No idea if it's actually going to boot into Windows or anything, but it actually still turns on even after all this time. That's pretty cool. Really not even that loud. I swear I remember those 80mm fans being so much louder than that. They actually push an okay amount of air. And there's one in the front. I think I had two 80s in the front. I took one out for another project of sorts. But that's pretty cool. I mean, I wish I had a way to hook it up to a monitor so we could kind of play around with it. Maybe that's something I can do. Go search Craigslist for an old ass monitor. Test this thing out. Play some old, whatchamacallit, old school games on it just to see how they, just for fun. We all know how they probably run, but it'd just be amusing to me anyway. But, that about does it for this video, though. I mean, I wish I could have made it more interesting and longer, like I said, by hooking it up to a monitor, but I just unfortunately don't have one anymore that I can hook this up to. But, still, fun video. Anyway, till the next vid, peace out, guys.